Greetings, Minecrafters. Nonsanity here, and welcome to another episode of Avant 3 here on the FTOG server. As you can see, I've been doing a little bit of clearing here at the new and final base location, and next I'm going to start decorating it with chisels and bits. So let me show you how I did that. So, as you can see, I've already gotten a section of this space filled in. I used RF tools to mine it all out. There's still more to go. I'm going to be lowering this second section over here on this side of the trough. It'll be lowered down, and this square right here will be lower still. And then there will be some side sections off to the side, so this wall will be broken up in certain places. Haven't quite decided where yet, but this is the basic design I'm going with. We've got the I-beams here that are recessed in the walls. They've got little mounting brackets for the horizontals. We've got a slightly textured wall surface here with some subtle shading. And everything seems to fade off into darkness up here. That's because I'm using anti-blocks from Chisel up in the ceiling. And the I-beams just sort of come up here and stop. I may do some horizontal beams crossing probably this side over to that side. Haven't quite decided yet. I may just leave it disappearing up into the shadows. Got the catwalks going in here above the floodlights. As you can see. The floodlights will all be attached like this once I get it set. And I'll probably be replacing this switch with the sneaky switch, just so I can change the way it looks a little bit. But yeah, these lights are lighting up this section of the floor. And the way I've built everything, even if all the lights are off, nothing should spawn. Out here I've got, the lights for my CAD that were just temporary to light everything up. But this floor is actually a thin chiseled floor that's actually one chisel block down. That's enough to make it so that it's non-spawnable. So the actual floor height would be at the level of this strip here. But because it's a little bit down, nothing can spawn here. Which means anything I set down will be slightly floating, but I can always build up an extra layer underneath it to make it look right. Likewise, up here on these ledges, by adding this little bit of a strip, makes the surface unspawnable as well by lowering the section down. So nothing will be spawning here. Yeah, you can see out here, if I turn on F7, nothing shows up. If I clear away, let's make sure F7 is on. Clear that away. Yep, there we go. It is definitely on. But despite all this darkness, nothing can spawn on these chisels and bits. And nothing up here. So 2 has this ridge. Oh, there, I'm missing I've got some of the wrong piece right there. Or I probably accidentally cleared it. Well, let me show you how I go about doing the building. As you know, I like to keep my main inventory empty, so it's easy to carry things around and empty my inventory. But for chiseling and bitting, you really need to have lots of room on your hotbar. So I'm going to move all that off, pick up the ring, and my flying disables. And in order to hold even more stuff, I get a handy bag, a large one from Ender Utilities. Bring that down here. Now when I open up my inventory, I've got tons of stuff. You can see I've got a lot of positive designs, which if I hold down Shift, you can see what they do. Here we're making the I-beams, horizontal and vertical, and with the mounting brackets. We've got the main panels for the walls, some of the horizontal panels for the walls, some of the vertical panels for the walls, and it is one of these vertical panels, I think this one, that I need here. Now I've got it set to placement, but I'm going to do it replace and click that. Oh, I need some bags of chisels. I keep those on the next tab. Bring those all out. And move these up a bit. Alright, now I should be able to click that, and there, that fixed the gap. Good. So how are these I-beams here put together? You can see the design here. Fairly simple. The horizontal and vertical I-beams are slightly smaller than a block by 2 chisel blocks. That gives me a 4 chisel block space between them. And I just filled it in with this bracket so that half the bracket is on the back vertical pillar and half the bracket is on the horizontal I-beam. The only thing that's not in space are these 4 bolts on the bottom. That's actually below this block. It's not part of this block. So it's optional whether I use those. I'm currently using them because you can just sort of see them, and I think it adds some reality to it. But I may remove these back bolts because you really can't see them because they're sort of hidden up in the crack there. You can only see them at a very narrow angle. Even trying to look at them is difficult. So that's 4 blocks I can remove from the rendering of the scene for each one of these, or each side. Now you might think, well, why have them sticking out? Cut a hole and stick this block in the hole so it's just a darker square. It'll look about the same, but it's now flush and it should take up less blocks. But the answer is no. That would actually be more blocks that are rendering. And by block, I mean any rectangular cuboid space. This section of light panel is a 1 thick by like 8 high, no 6 high, and maybe 12 wide cuboid. If I cut holes in it, that would break it up into 9 cuboids. There'd be 1 for this section, 1 for the middle section, 1 for this back edge, 1 for down below, 1 for middle, 1 for high, 1 for high, 1 for middle, 1 for low. 9 of them. And then resetting these 4 into it just adds this. You still have 4 blocks. They're a different texture. They're a different block. And so that'll be like 13 blocks if I recess them. Sticking them on the outside, this cuboid is uncut. It is 1 solid cuboid. It is drawn as such on the graphics card. And then 4 little cubes. So that's only 5. So this is actually much easier on the graphics than having them recessed. But, of course, getting rid of them completely would be even better. I'll just leave these. Again, they work better when they're sticking out in this case. The I-beam is basically 3 cuboids, top, bottom, middle. I don't know exactly what the routine that algorithm has set up, but that is probably the way it would simplify itself. So I've been trying to keep everything simplified as much as possible while maximizing the interest of the scene. All these could be solid blocks that I've just trimmed back, but actually they're all panels. And that's the other pressure controlling my design, is I want to use as little of these materials as possible because they are rather expensive in dyes, especially anything that takes 2 dyes. There's a bug currently where you have to mix 2 dyes and a cobble to get 1 block. Actually, I think it uses 2 cobble. 2 dyes, 2 cobble, and you still get only 1 block. I think it's supposed to output 2 blocks, since it was asking for 2 cobble as an input with the 2 dyes. It's possible to change all that in the config, but going with the way the config is right now, and I try to stick with the way configs are. I wanted to make it so that, I can use less of the materials. And for the most part, the panels, that's still just one cuboid, same as one solid cube. Graphically, it's exactly the same. So there's no problem there. For things like this bit, which is a panel on this side, panel on the front, panel on that side. So let's go around and look at it from the back. Yeah, right here. So panel, 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 no panel on the back. It's making 3 panels. So that's 3 cuboids instead of just 1 if it was solid. But it saves a lot of material. So it's worthwhile. Later on, if I want to, I can always come back and fill them in fairly easily using the replace and a pattern set to replace. Oh. Yep, placement or replace. But for now, that's good. All the scaffolding is a single block. The bottom of it is not chiseled bits. So these aren't a row of chisel bits. You can see that they're perfectly thin. That's because this is one of the chisel mods. Not chisel and bits, but the chisel mod. One of its glass glass textures that has this crisscross pattern to it. Small iron bars, I think it's called, or something like that. So I have a solid pane of those. So instead of having multiple blocks, it's just multiple cuboids, it's just one cuboid for the whole floor. And then all the frame is more chisel and bits, which adds up additional cuboids, but makes a nice repeating scaffolding model. The only thing I have to do is in the corners and junctions, I have to manually edit them a little bit. Though now at this point, now that I've got a T-junction and a corner junction, I can just copy these and paste them wherever I need to in the future. These floodlights will be hanging. I think I want to try replacing the switch with a sneaky switch so it can make it look a little bit better. They're getting their power from an RF exciter, no upgrades. That's enough to keep it fully charged. See, still fully charged. And they're lighting up the floor here. But even if the floor wasn't lit, because this surface is one down, one cuboid, one bit block down, nothing can spawn here. And nothing will spawn on these ledges for the same reason, that it's 1 bit down for the most of it. These are 2 bits down, so nothing can spawn on those either. Everything is pretty spawn-proof. So when I'm ready to do, that one didn't make it, ready to do some serious chisels and bitting, I pick out the colors that I want, like the red and the silver, the light and the medium silver. Let's go over here. And I'm going to lay out an I-beam just to show you how it's done. There are drawing options, but I find them a little bit better with basic, like block placing. This is a basic Minecraft skill. Oh, I put one on top. That's okay. Doesn't matter for this. Again, that matters. Oops. Oh, I didn't get out the chisel. I usually get out the chisel like that. Oop, too much. There we go. There was also the undo there. And that will finish the design. Now, like I said, because this floor is 1 bit down, this bottom layer of the I-beam is actually attached to the floor now. But we need to build it up. So we're going to go to connected plane and just start stacking them up. When it starts getting tall, I'll select the side, and you see if the bounding box goes all the way to the top, then we're in one block. But as soon as it doesn't go all the way to the top. So I have to back up one. So there we have a vertical I-beam. And once you've chosen the direction that you're going to be mostly placing it as, you can take a blank pattern, click on it, and now you can set it to placement, and you can just start stacking them up. And that's the basics of how I built everything. I've got all the pieces I need already assembled. Let's set this piece of floor down. And let's chop this up. I like using the grid snapped half-size cube to eat blocks. So it only takes 4 clicks to get a whole block. There we go. And now I can show you how I add on. So I guess I can build a little bit more over here. So we've got 3 thin stripes, and actually one more thing I want to get is my night vision. So that all this is now bright and easy to see. So we want to, oops, put that one away, move these over, and we want the vertical columns. Yeah, that's these. It's the top, the bottom. So actually, I'm going to put the chisels and bits up here. So bottom, middle, top, the back panel. And I don't think I need those right now. All right. So let's set this in motion. So the bottom, well, we want this to stick out. So I guess I'll make one temporarily over here and then get rid of it. Actually, no, that's not the right one, is it? Is it? No, that's up there. No, that is the right one. That is the right one. But we're just going to go with, yeah, this one. There we go. So this one just snacks up here until we get to the level of the horizontal sections. Then we go with the larger ones, which I think will be this one. No. Undo that. I know this is all the wrong one. Sometimes I wish you could label these better. All right, this is the one I want. All right. So we're going to switch this one from placement to replace and go down. There we go. That does use up your chisel, and you have to have your chisel on you. All right, now we can do the bottom, the middle. Whoops. Undo. The middle was not set to placement. There we go. And oh, that was the top. Now set the middle to replace. And so I don't forget next time, back to placement. And now the top. That's good. Like I said, they're all hollow. And that one didn't have the base. I must have used the wrong one. Yeah, that's the one I want. There we go. Now it goes back to this last one. And place. You gotta always watch to see where it's placing, because it might be placing inside something else. If the surface you're clicking on represents a block that has completely empty space everywhere that the bits in the pattern. Like if I had an I-beam, let's just get the I-beam. Let's get the vertical I-beam here. And if I tell it placement and down on this block, put it out. So, oh no, this one here. Yeah, there we go. See, it puts it inside because it's not touching. I mean, the outer walls, there's 3 outer walls here, but they don't coincide with any of the pixels that this I-beam uses. But up here, the top does interfere because there's these red pixels at the top would be inside these blue pixels. And so the placement puts it outside. This one put it on the inside. And because I was aimed at this surface when I placed it, it took the opposite of this surface, which is this direction, or took the normal of that surface, which is this side, and placed the block there. So let me undo. I got my chisel. Undo both of those. There we go. But that's how I go about placing everything. I just have the patterns made, and I've got lots of bits in my bags. When I run out, I grab some of the fake one, the real blocks up here, chisel it down to bits into the bags, and continue on. And it's just going to take a while. But at least I've got everything built. All the patterns. And if I lose a pattern, I can just come back and empty one of these out in the crafting grid like that, and then come back and copy and place it again. And like this block with the with this side ridge here, I have the full block with a ridge and a side block. I don't have a pattern for this one. I just have this one. But because I have some of these placed in the world, once I'm done placing all these, I place one of them here. I go and copy one of these and replace it elsewhere. Just copy and replace. Very easy. So I'll be working more on this off camera. Just wanted to show you the basic design, and there'll be a lot more details. Maybe some duct work and pipes and other decorations, signs, who knows. Go crazy. Definitely going to have some decorations on the floor too. Marked off areas using the Chisels and Bits factory hazard stripes. And areas for vehicles to move. Not that we have vehicles, but like forklifts and stuff. Toddy has a forklift, I think. Or is it Link? One of the two. Somebody has it. Somebody's been playing with Chisels and Bits and made a forklift. You'll see it on their videos. Watch everybody else's videos. All right, I will be back shortly. Hey, I'm back. And it's been long enough that I actually went into 5th person here. This is called 5th person, right? Because it's F5. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do, and I've prepared a little project here. This is something that is pretty useless, but it should be a lot of fun. If you can see in the background there, I've expanded my farm. It's mostly growing redstone, but I've converted one section of it over temporarily to pumpkins. I probably have enough now, but we'll let it run for a little bit longer. I wanted to build another thing here in Spawn, and people have been building lots of little places to do interesting things. I wanted to find something new and interesting to do. So I built this. Yes, that is my head. Let's go down there. This is the Get Ahead shop. What do you think? The interesting thing is, this is a even block building, but with an odd blocked floor plan. I used chisel to do half blocks on the sides, and then everywhere it's these half blocks to make it work right. And then I did a little bit of chiseling here to make the sign. using the glowing for the headlamp. And then I rounded off the helmet a little bit to make it look a little nicer. But yeah, that's the shop. And to keep the beard looking good, I have inside a little bit of a wall. Just to, so you can't see the insides from the outside. And these are just placeholders. Whoops, I broke a piece. Where'd it go? It completely disappeared. And something really isn't gone. Yep, okay, that wasn't gone. Nope, something else. One of these two. It's the problem with this atomic disassembler. Sometimes it's so fast, the server doesn't actually get the message. Is that contiguous? No, it's not. I was worried about that when I placed it. So I'm going to need some more of this conduit. Yeah, I wanted to do something fun. So I'm going to build a shop where you can go buy heads. But first, I'm going to need a witch. I'll probably going to get several witches just to be on the safe side. Here, let me put away this and this. There we go. So I'm going to go over here to the mob tower. Last time I was over here, there was a bit of an accident. A creeper saw me and blew up this back section here, which broke part of the redstone wire leading up to the roof from all these switches. And all these switches used to be down when they were off. They're actually putting out redstone on different channels onto a cable. Because the cages, oh, it looks like, oh, Grok's done something here. He's added a big spire to the top. Did he leave a hatch? If not, we can just poke a hole and hop down. Let's do that. Let's poke it here. So, yeah, because down below is all these spawners, soul cages, excuse me. And if you give them a redstone signal, it stops them from making mobs. But just having all those levers on, if that cable got broken, then all of the spawners would turn on. And mobs were just flooding. We had 3,000 mobs, 3,100 mobs on the server. And getting anywhere near this place just slowed everything down. We had to kill everything off in order to come back here and fix this. So Grok and I set this up. The original cable comes up like there. And it goes, each one of these is a different color, you know, cyan, purple, blue, brown, green, so forth. Each one goes to a redstone torch to reverse it. That's the key part. And then goes back into the same color on the other side. Cyan, purple, blue, brown, green. And then these are what goes down to the cages. So if that cable gets cut, nothing will happen. Now there's also a second line going down the other side of the soul cages that just connects here to this switch. You throw this switch and even if everything else has failed, this will shut off all the mobs. And because getting close to this is hard, if the mobs are generating large numbers, there are two remotes, one at Grok's base and one I set up at Thorgal's base, since he maintains the server. So either one of them from far away can shut this sucker down. So we figured that is probably enough to make this place safe. I really can't see it going wrong with that much safety systems engaged. Oh, it probably could, but it's very unlikely at this point. So actually I wanted to get more than just the one witch. Where are my soul bottles here? Let's get like 6 witches. Witch. There's the witches. There we go. Oh. See, there's some of the danger of using a atomic disassembler. See, now that would have caused the Enderman to start spawning. But now the system's protected for that sort of thing. Let me get a real sword. Not that one. Where's my good sword? There's my good sword. Now I've already got a tier 5 soul shard for these guys, so I don't need to worry about that. And I completely forgot about the the 110 combat delay. I was doing it old school there for a moment. Alright, let me dump off anything I picked up, because I don't need this stuff right now. Okay. Put away my sword. Pop back to the house. And let's fly over and start setting this setup up. Get ahead. Alright. So, we're going to go down below, where I've got a little room set up down here. And I've already built these chiseled glass boxes. We've got a little chamber here. This is where the witch is going to go. She won't be able to get out. And then over here will be something else. And I've got a crate here with some materials, and I've got another crate here with the rest of the materials. And I'm going to go ahead and put the witches in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some auto placers. So let's just get all this stuff. The way this head system works, I guess I should explain what's going to happen here as I start, is if you have a named snow golem that is killed by a witch, then whatever the name the snow golem has, it will drop that player's head. And it doesn't have to be a player that's on this server. It could be any player from anywhere. I think there's more stuff in here. There is. Okay. I'll say, where is my... There we go. This will be on Entity, right-click, upper left slot only, always on. Yes. The vacuum... This is a mechanical user. And this is a vacuum chest. It's just going to suck things up. That's fine. These are auto placers. I got frozen up for a moment. Okay, they're all still... They remembered to be on pulse. You hit them with a redstone torch to change their redstone mode. And I want them all on pulse. So when they get a redstone pulse, they will place. Let's see, like that. I think that's it. Then I'm going to have like that. Yes, yes. I'm going to have the chest, I think, here. Is that correct? No. Chest here, because we need the comparator and the repeater. Now the comparator on our chest will, of course, detect when there is something inside the chest. The repeater will strengthen this very small signal to full strength, because these things I don't think work with a really small signal. They need a little bit more oomph behind their signal. And they also don't default attach, but I can use the wrench here to make them attach. And I want to disconnect that part. Now I'm going to need some more cable. There it is. I might need more of this too. That goes to there. Oh no, that's right. I had compacted this whole thing. That's why I was running short. Doing it like this. And then I just disconnect these. So they don't really do anything. Actually, the one on the side of the comparator might cause... Oh! Something didn't get... the chest is still there. That's that atomic separator, or atomic disassembler. Let's crouch and right-click and set it to normal. That should reduce that issue. Alright, so we want that coming over here. And then... like that. That looks right. When did I break a piece of the floor? It's alright. Alright, so that goes all the way up to the main room. What's going to happen... And let's get some of those items out here. I'm missing something. Did I have it in my inventory? Yes, I did. So let's fly... Where's my hole? Let's fly back up here. In this room, we're going to have a display stand from Actually Editions. We're going to have an anvil. I'm using a dark steel anvil because they last longer. And we're going to have a chest with name tags in it. So what people will do is they'll take a name tag out. They will put it in here and give it a name. Give it my name. There we go, Nonsanity. And they will stick it, well, I have to right-click it on that. Alright, nothing's going to happen right now. Because there's nowhere for that to go. But we're going to fix that in a moment. The way it's going to seem to work is it's going to disappear. A few moments later, the head reappears in the same spot. That's all there will be to it. Everything else will be working down here. Alright, the name tag is going to come down. I'm going to need some filters. Oh, I'm going to need an advanced filter too, I think. Yes, I'm going to need an advanced filter. So let's pop back and make one of those. Filter. Because the advanced filters... Ooh, it needs a Z-logic. I think I got one. No, I don't. Great. Zombie head. Okay, I'll do that. The name tags have NBT data on them. And so in order to make them sort correctly, I need to use the advanced. Oh, if you ever see this happen with everything goes dark, I'll just hit Z. It's Z by default. Let's come over here. It doesn't always put that in the right spot. Oh, come on. Get out of there. Make me a head. Or a Z-logic controller. From the head. So now, advanced. There we go. And this takes me back to the head. Alright, so it's going to try and pull out the name tag. Where is it going to go? Alright, this is going to be an extract all the time. And this one is going to only accept blank name tags. So I need to go get a name tag. Alright. So this will be an insert. The name tag is probably already in there. For name tags. And metadata, whitelist. That's fine. Yeah, there's my Nonsanity. Let's pop it back up. Make sure it comes down. I'm pretty sure I don't need to use an advanced for the whitelist. I guess I do. Alright, that's the one that needs the advanced one. As you can see, this isn't enough. So we will swap it for this with a name tag, and this time we can say ignore metadata, ignore NBT data, and there is our named tag. It accepts that. Alright, so this will take name tags only. So if the head is up there, or anything else, it'll stay up there. Only a tag. I guess it'll take a blank one too. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. But once it's in this, it will activate these auto placers. So they need to have something in them. Let us put snow into the bottom two, and into the top one, pumpkins. This will build our snow golem. At the same time, the signal is coming over here. We're going to have this is set to extract on redstone only. So when something comes into the chest, it's going to pulse through everything, which is cause it to pull, and we want it to only pull out the name tag. Well, that should be the only thing in there. So it doesn't matter. It'll pull it out, and the only place it can go is here into this mechanical user, which is set to click entities with a right click, upper left slot only. So that's right. I think it's done. I think we're done. Well, let's get a witch. Have the witches in here. Go and toss the witch in. Can't see me? Good. I wasn't sure if the Chisels Bits would cause problems. And she's healing herself. Actually, I should tag her. But for now, let's go ahead and assume that the top part works and drop the name tag in here. What happened that the... oh wait, that's in the way. No, there's nothing there. Why didn't it place the pumpkin? Well, let's place it manually for the moment. Just to make sure it places properly. Yep, there it goes. Now he should get name tagged. Yep, there, he's got the Nonsanity name. Oh, he throws snowballs at the witch, and then the witch hits him back. And this chest will now... no, it already sent it up. Oh no, it won't set it up. It'll stay in here, because up above it needs to be on input and output. I did that wrong. Okay. This is input and output. It doesn't need a filter. So there's my head. So let's try it again. I'll stick my head there. Let's get two name tags. One is... she's a witch. And then this one will be Grok Duck Farmer. Because he was the last one on the server. No, I guess Toddy was. But Grok was on earlier. Alright, so we take Grok Duck Farmer and bash it on here. Now, if the snowman built properly, as soon as the witch notices she's getting shot with snowballs, she'll kill it, and the head will reappear here. But the snowman already failed to build once, so I have a feeling it's still broken. Yes, it should have appeared by now. Let's go down and look. Yeah, no pumpkin head. Alright, well maybe some of this glass is getting in the way. Looks like I got it all good. And we'll break this and place it again, just to be sure that everything is hunky-dory. And now I'm going to put a snowball in here. There! There, it built. Where'd the snowball go? In here? In here, yeah. Now that's true, this thing is going to be getting snowballs and sending them up. I forgot that it's going to be picking those up. I will have to set up a trash can with a filter for snowballs. That'll be easy enough. Alright, but that looked like it might have worked, so let's go on up. Ah, yeah, see, the glass came up. Because the vacuum hopper picked it up. Oh, where's the head? Vacuum hopper, empty. You know, I want to put snow in here. Let's get some more... I'll put something in there. So that nothing else can go in here. Put some alabaster. Because it only is going to click the upper left slot. And this thing can only accept name tags. So the only thing that'll jam it up now is a blank name tag, I think. So I have no idea where the head went, if one was created. Maybe I typed his name wrong. I'll have to watch the playback. Well, let's see. Let's do Toddy the Body. Toddy the Body. Toss it on. Stare into my eyes from the inside. Home. I want to put a sign right there, I think. Up, snowball. Definitely have to trash the snowballs. Should be 4 of them, and then... No. How many snowballs did this guy drop? $11 snowballs, and then we get Toddy's head. There we go. It worked. With only the one problem with the... Oh wait, look. I've got Grok's head. I must have picked it up with my magnet. Let's fix my inventory. Get rid of these. Put up some more heads. Let's now make a trash can and fix the snowball issue. We want to make a trash can. And I'm just going to use it right now to get rid of these glass. And put the rest of this away. Oh yeah, I gotta put the name tag on the witch so she doesn't despawn. Head back over to the head. Let's name tag the witch before I forget. She's a witch. Alright, so let's put a trash can here. Disabled. Get out a filter. Oh, I needed a snowball. Alright, I can get a snowball. There we go. So this will be insert snowballs. And I'll give it a higher priority just to be sure. Okay, so now if any snowballs that go in there, they will get trashed. I think everything is complete. We'll leave the extra witches down here. Extra snow. I got plenty of extra pumpkins. I really should turn off my farm. And I saved a piece of the skin, but I don't have it with me, I don't think. Let's see. Here? No, here. Light orange 99. I think that's it. There we go. So I'll have to make some signs to advertise how this all works. But I think we're done. Let's do another... Let's see, who's somebody whose name it's easy to do. Doesn't have to be somebody on the server. Let's try Honeydew. One of the Yogscasters. He's got an easy name. 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. There he is. Aha, it works. I'll put him just over there. Why not? Headshot works. I'll have to extend some of the sidewalks over here so that it can be part of the whole spawn town using just basic sandstone and some of these other bits. I can copy the chiseled block. Well, maybe not. I don't know what pieces they used. Is that... That doesn't look like wool. It's too pastel. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Ask somebody. There's a new place here. The Spaghetti Shop. They've got spaghetti. Fills 10 food bars. They take donations. Know where it is? Get ahead. Totally useless thing, but a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this little side puzzle. Yep. It's not that useful, but it's a fun bit of automation. So, this is Nonsanity. There I am. Until next time, and there I am there. Take care, be good, and see you next time.